Hi everyone, my name is Chris Martin. Welcome to Keto with me. I'm super excited to tell you about my week 10 results, but before I do that, if you want to check out the details for week 10, go check out my week 10 diary series video. Or if you want the detail for my entire journey so far, go check out the entire diary series. Also, one more thing, please take time to like and subscribe so you can keto with me. All right, let's take a look at the results. All right, last week I had a really good week. I dropped under 200. That was week 9. I ended up at 198.8. Well, week 10 continued to be another really good week. I lost 2 pounds, so I'm at 196.8. That gives me 37.6 pounds today. So it just feels amazing for 2 weeks in a row. Just when I get on the scale, it did not say 200 something. It's just, that's to me one of the most amazing feelings ever. So if you follow my diary series, you know that I track way more than just weight. So one of the other things that I track is my sleep. For week 10, I averaged about 7.7 hours of sleep per night. That's uninterrupted. There may have been one time that I woke up during that whole week, but my sleep's improved dramatically. So where I live right now is I'm into 1 meal a day fasting. So I do that primarily. I actually do that every day of the week, except for for 8 weeks I'm doing a 72-hour week per fast. Sorry, 1 72-hour fast per week. So I just completed, from at the end of week 10, it actually bled over one day into week 11, but I just completed my 4th 72-hour fast. So for me, I like to, other things I do track and that I really stick with to be successful is that, I eat mostly a clean style keto. So that's my emphasis. I'd say 90% of the time I'm hitting clean with some elements of dirty. In just my week 10 diary video, I was complaining about I occasionally augment my macros with some pepperoni. That pepperoni isn't the best. I looked at the ingredient list. I could do better. I just haven't taken the time to go do it. And there might be some other sprinkles throughout the week of dirty keto. So that's definitely something that I need to improve on. So one thing that has made me, I think extremely more successful this time on my journey back into keto is that I track. I track, my food in Chronometer. I track, including my macros. I track, details in a little journal, and then I also track, some things also in a spreadsheet as well. So I do think that's, is what's making me, even more successful this time. So some of the things that I do track, and I'm gonna look at the screen here, is that I track, oops, sorry, something dropped off my desk and kind of scared me there for a second. So I tracked my carbs. So my average carb intake for week 10 was 19. My macro percentages were like dead on, 75, 5, and 20. 75% fat, 5% carbs, and then 20% protein. So what's interesting is that week was a little bit rough because a holiday in there, and then I started my 72-hour fast later than normal to have wings with my buddies and stuff like that. So it was definitely a different week, and my blood glucose morning fasting numbers were up a little bit. They averaged 83 for the week. My ketones dropped to 2 from the mid 2s, and then my GKI, my Dr. Boz ratio went up a little bit to an average of 43. I'm still very pleased with the numbers for that week, and considering the difference in that week, I still was able to lose and then come out strong. So there are some other things that I do as besides food and all that. One of the things I do is I meditate. I do at least 2 5-minute meditations a day. And then if there's an opportunity to do any kind of exercise, I'll do that. But I have done 0 exercise on my journey. I mean, there was 2 times I did a P90X3 yoga workout, which is definitely pretty tough. But that's it. That's all I've done in 10 weeks. So I do plan on adding exercise at some point. Other things I do a lot of learning because I think that's key to progressing and seeing what other folks are doing out there, paying attention to what the experts are saying and stuff like that. So in my diary series, I usually release, I do a video recommendation for every video I recommend. So for that first 5 weeks, I did one every day. So there's a ton of video recommendations out there for you. But for week 10, I recommended a kind of a back to the basics fasting video by Dr. Ken Berry. He has a lot of great tips and basically to give you if you want to do fasting. And he even says you don't have to do fasting with keto or low carb, but it's certainly a lot easier. So I'm hoping you get a chance to go out and check out that video. Week 10's week 10's meals were varied. And what I mean by that was that, I had an Easter dinner. Actually, I ate twice on Easter. I had wings one night, and then I believe some leftovers, salmon patty leftovers from the previous week, and so forth. So it was definitely a variety of meals for week 10. But like I said, I came out strong, with my weight loss and everything else. For me, it's the all these things together that are making me successful. It's not just the tracking, it's fasting, it's doing my best to absolutely keep my my carbs under 20, to keep the fat high, and then just adapting and forgiving whenever I make a mistake or something like that. Like I look back and go, did I really need to eat twice on the holiday? Maybe not. So, but I didn't take it to, I didn't really get upset about it. All right, that's it for my week 10 results video. Thanks for watching the video. I'm hoping that you'll come out and check out next week's results and see if I continue to keep going down. And then, I'm hoping you'll like and subscribe so you can keto with me. If you got any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Just remember, nobody's perfect. Be a coach, not a critic, and take care.